Hi students, my name is Sumilata. In today's class, I am going to explain about RS configuration. Try to watch complete video, then only you will get complete idea about RS configuration. After watching this video, if you like this information, just like this video and share these videos to students or children who are having chemistry is one of their subject. Don't forget to subscribe Learners Chemistry channel. Coming to our topic, RS configuration. This RS configuration also known as absolute configuration. Absolute configuration. This one also known as CIP nomenclature. CIP nomenclature. CIP is nothing but Cahn, Ingold, Prelog. Cahn, Ingold, Prelog nomenclature. Before going to the conditions required for RS configuration, just try to know some important terms. Okay. First one is, see, what is a chiral center? Chiral center is nothing but the center which is attached to four different groups or atoms. See, suppose it is a chiral center, students. This is a cross section or cross point for these two, vertical line and horizontal line. See, this point is attached with four different groups. Here A, B, C and D. These are the different groups or atoms. Groups are atoms. This is nothing but chiral center. Next one is, what is the Fischer projection? Fischer projection is nothing but, students, it's a two-dimensional representation. Okay, don't confuse here. It's a two-dimensional representation. Here, if suppose it is a chiral center, to this chiral center, some atoms, two atoms are attached with the dotted lines or dotted wedge, and two atoms are attached with thick wedge. C. This is A, B, C, D. See this, students, if it is a chiral center, according to Fischer, all atoms or groups connected to a chiral center, those are not present in the plane. All four groups present out of the plane. What is that meaning out of the plane here? All these four groups, two groups present front of the plane and two groups present back of the plane. Suppose imagine I am a plane or this board is a plane. Just imagine the center, this is the center point, it is present in plane, nothing but it is present on board. With respect to this plane, the groups here, see students, B and D. B and D. These two groups are present this front of the board. Imagine if my head is plane. See, these two are the A and B and D. So these two are the present front to me, and A and C, these two are the present back to me, or back to board, front to board. Just you have to imagine like that. See, B and D are the front plane and A, C are the back to the plane. It's a two-dimensional representation. Only two planes are there according to Fischer projection. Coming to next one, see flying wedge representation. Flying wedge representation, how can you represent here? See, if it is a chiral center, students, to this chiral center, to the groups which are attached by a normal line, those are present in plane, okay? And the groups which are attached to the chiral center by a dotted line or dotted wedge, okay? This one is the back of the plane, and the group which is attached to the chiral center by a thick line or thick wedge, that is nothing but present front to the plane. Which one is here? See, B. Okay, see here, A and B, students, these are present in plane, nothing but, see, this chiral center is present in plane. Then with respect to this chiral center, A and B are present in the same plane or in plane. Okay, next one, see, B indicated with dotted, I mean this is connected to this chiral center by a thick wedge, that is present front of the plane, and the group which is connected to this chiral center by a dotted line or dotted wedge, that is the back of the plane. See here, flying wedge representation is the three-dimensional representation. It's a 3D structure, but Fisher projection is the 2D structure. And one more thing is here, students, there is no any relation between R and RS configuration and DL configuration. Small d, small l. Small d is nothing but dextrorotatory. Small l is nothing but levorotatory. You should not imagine like that. What is that one? If a compound having R configuration, that means that is having D dextrorotatory form. If a compound is having S configuration, that will becomes to the levorotatory. Please don't imagine like that, because these two D and L forms will be coming under only experimental conditions, not under hypothetical conditions. But this R and S configuration you can be represent on a plane of the paper, hypothetical condition. See, coming to next important terms, the first one is, students, what is a homomer? Homomer is nothing but which is having, if you take any two isomers, those isomers if having same configuration, if configurationally same configuration, if any two isomers are isomers, two or more than two isomers, if isomers are configurationally similar, those are nothing but homomers. Is that clear? Coming to next one, what is an enantiomer? Enantiomer is nothing but, see, non-superimposable mirror images. Non-superimposable mirror images and are having opposite configuration. Students, don't be confused here. We will discuss more and more examples regarding this homomers, enantiomers and diastereomers. Now let's come to what are the diastereomers. Diastereomers are nothing but non-superimposable non-mirror images. Non-superimposable non-mirror images and are having configuration similar for some centers and opposite for some centers. Similar configuration for some centers, for some centers, opposite configuration for some centers. See, you should need to memorize all these fundamental things before going to analyze about RS configuration, okay? What is a chiral center, what is Fisher projection, what is a flying wedge representation, what is a homomer, what is a enantiomer, and what is a diastereomer. This is nothing but diastereomer or diastereomers. Okay, this one is the enantiomers. Now coming to the conditions required for RS configuration, students. See students, the first condition is give the priority to the atoms or groups attached to the chiral center based upon their atomic number. Priority based upon their atomic number. Higher atomic number gets first priority. Higher atomic number gets first priority, students. See, just I want to take one example to this one. This is fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, students. See, the center which is present between all these four groups, this one is attaches with the four different groups, students. See, this iodine having highest atomic number, so that it gets first preference. After that, bromine having highest atomic number, so that it gets a second preference. After that, chlorine gets third preference. Then after only fluorine gets a fourth preference or a least preference, because of it is having less atomic number. Okay, coming to next one. If the connected atoms are similar, then you can go for the next atom till the priority is decided. If connected atoms are same, then go for next atoms. Till the priority decided. This one, see students, you can take an example here. See, this chiral center attaches with one methyl group. This is the propyl group. And this one is the ethyl group, students. The fourth one is hydrogen. Just try to apply this second condition here. See, all these three atoms connected to the chiral center are similar. At this time, what you have to do, you can go for next connected atoms to that connected atom. Okay. See, here this one, this carbon attaches with 3 hydrogens. This carbon attaches with another carbon, that carbon attaches with another carbon also. Okay. And this carbon attaches with another methyl group, that nothing but one carbon and 3 hydrogens. So here this carbon gets first preference. Why? Because it is attaches with two more carbons. After that second preference it will gets, because it is attaches with one more carbon. Then after third preference goes to methyl and fourth preference goes to hydrogen. Okay, this is the second condition, students. And the third condition is here, if isotopes are there, you can go for which isotope is having higher mass, then that will get the first preference. Higher mass gets a first preference. Once you can see here, students, 7n14, 7n15, if you observe this one, among these two isotopes, the 7n14 gets first preference. In the same way, 1H1, 1H2, 1H3, hydrogen, deuterium or tritium. Okay, among these three, students, 1H3 gets first preference, after that 1H2, then at last 1H1. In the same way, if you see 8O16, 8O18, 8O17, 8O18, similar rule you have to apply here also. Okay, then go for next one. What is the next condition? The next condition is here, students. If R configuration is there and S, I mean R, S, two configurations are there, at that time R gets first preference, and RR configuration is there and SS configuration also there, at that time also RR gets first preference. If cis and trans isomers are there, then which one gets first one? Trans gets first one. In the same way, E and Z are there, Z gets first preference, students. Okay, next condition is, if unsaturation is there, what happens? See, unsaturation is there. Unsaturation is nothing but double bond and a triple bond, you already know. So at that time you have to apply duplication and triplication. What is duplication and what is triplication? Just let's see here. You can take an example, carbonyl group, C double bond O. See, if you get a functional group like this, how can you name, how can you assign which is having R configuration or S configuration, if anyone is attaches with this functional group? Okay, see, duplication is nothing but, here say, students, the first bond is similar, but instead of this second, I mean this pi bond, you have to imagine this carbon connected with one more oxygen and this oxygen connected with one more carbon. That's it. There is no any other confusion here. See, the remaining two bonds are similar. That means this carbon connected with two oxygens. Imagine duplication. Okay. Coming to next one, if triple bond is there, students, what happens here? Then you have to apply triplication. The one bond is, sigma bond is similar. Instead of two pi bonds, imagine this carbon connected with two more carbons. Okay. And this carbon connected with two more carbons. This is nothing but triplication. If carbon is connected with nitrogen, students, what happens there? Same way, one bond, sigma bond is similar here. This carbon connected with two more nitrogens, this nitrogen connected with two more carbons. This is nothing but duplication and triplication. Coming to next one. After deciding priority, students, which group gets which number, after that one you have to check it once. If order is 1 2 2 2 2 3, it should be like that. If the priority direction is going to clockwise direction, or nothing but priority order is going in clockwise direction, then you have to give, that is R configuration. If priority direction is in anti-clockwise direction, that is nothing but S configuration. There is no confusion here. If after that you have to see one more thing here, important, see, the least preferable group or least priority group on vertical line, then the configuration is same. Configuration is same, students. There is no any change. But if the least priority group is on horizontal line, what we have to do? Just see here. If least priority is on horizontal line, then configuration should be reverse. Configuration should be reverse. That means R becomes S, S becomes R. You should need to memorize all these conditions. Then after you can go to assign the particular center which is having which configuration. Okay. Now see some examples here, students. See, previous example you can take fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, students. Iodine gets first preference, so this is 1, 2, chlorine gets third preference, fluorine gets fourth preference. Now see, direction is 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 1. See, it is in anti-clockwise direction, students. That means this center have S configuration according to priority direction. But you should need to observe here, the least priority group is on a horizontal plane. Then what we have to do? You should reverse the configuration. What I mean, S becomes what here? S becomes R. This one is the right one. If you write yes, that one become wrong. Okay. Coming to next example, students. See, it is a carbon, chiral carbon. This is COOH. This is CH3. See, it is attaches with a dashed wedge, hydrogen. And one more, this one is attaches with a thick wedge, students. Now, how can you decide? Is it having R or S? One see here. Nitrogen, here it is carbon, it is carbon, it is nitrogen. So, nitrogen gets more preference one compared to carbon because it is having higher atomic number. Then after carboxylic acid group, then after methyl, then after hydrogen. See, 1 to 2, 2 to, sorry, this is here 1 to 2, 2 to 3, students. 3 to 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You can leave that fourth one. Okay. There is not much, I mean, no need to give preference for that one. See, the direction is in which direction? Clockwise direction. That one is a clockwise direction. Is there any change? No, if you want to change here, let's see, clockwise direction means R configuration. It need to be changed or not? Just once check it here. The least preferred group is attaches to the chiral center by a dashed wedge. Dashed wedge, so that it is, there is no any, dashed wedge is nothing but back of the plane, so that is far from the observer, so that you no need to change anything here. The configuration remains same only. It is in clockwise direction, so that means it is a R configuration. Okay, 1 2 3 clockwise direction, R configuration. Suppose, see students, COOH CH3 hydrogen NH2. See, if it is represent, I mean, if you see like this, what happens here? Same again on 1 2 3, it is in a clockwise direction, so that means R, but you have to reverse the configuration here. Why you need to reverse? Because the least preference group is attached to the chiral center by a thick wedge, so that means the most preferable one is back to the observer, the least preferred one is near to the observer. That is not the correct one, so that you have to reverse the configuration. That means R becomes S here. If flying wedge representation is, if it is there, you have to do like that. That means always least preferred group is connected to the dotted line or dotted wedge. Okay, let's see some more examples. See, CHO, CH2, OH, OH, H. This is the glyceraldehyde, students. If you give priority order to these groups, see here students, CHO group is there and CH2OH group is there. Which one gets more preference? At this time you have to do duplication and triplication here. Here C double bond O is there, so that you need to do duplication. This is the chiral center C. This is the aldehyde group. That means this carbon gets more preference when compared to the last carbon. Why? Because this the last carbon, I mean this alcoholic carbon attaches with 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen, but the aldehydic carbon attaches with 2 oxygens along with 1 hydrogen, so that it gets first preference when compared to all aldehydic and alcoholic groups, so that second number goes to the aldehyde group, third number goes to alcoholic, and fourth one is hydrogen. See, priority direction is in anti-clockwise direction, that means S configuration. But here least one is on horizontal plane, so that you have to reverse the configuration. S becomes R. This one is the right one. One more thing you have to see here. How can you get, see, if any two groups, if you have to exchange here, what happens? See, this is OH, this is CHO, this is CH2OH, and this is hydrogen, students. Now you can assign the configuration for this one. 1 2 3 4. See, 1 2 3. This is in clockwise direction. Least priority is on a vertical line, so that there is no need to change the configuration. Direction, which direction it is the present, that one remains the same. See, that means this isomer having R configuration and this isomer having R configuration, but the atoms arrangement will be different here. See, at this time, I mean this type of isomers are nothing but homomers. Homomers. Is that clear? Coming to next one. See, if you can take mirror image of this isomer, what you will get? Mirror image. This is CHO. This is CH2OH. Hydrogen and OH space remains same, students. Now you can assign configuration 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is in a anti-clockwise direction. That means yes. Is there any chance to reverse the configuration or not? Check it once. There is no any chance because least one is on a vertical line, so that S remains the same here. See students, here it is R configuration, it is S configuration. That means this isomer and that isomer, these two are the enantiomers. Enantiomers. Isomers which are non-superimposable mirror images and are having reverse opposite configuration. Those are nothing but enantiomers. See, these two are the homomers. The homomers are having similar configuration. Coming to next example. Next one you can take trihydroxyglutaric acid, students. After seeing this structure, is there any observation from your side? Just once see. Is it having plane of symmetry or not? Check it once, students. It is having plane of symmetry. If you cut this molecule in between this carbon, you will plane of symmetry is there. Now you can go to assign configuration for this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. See students, this carbon is the longest carbon chain, but this one gets second preference. Why? Because if you apply duplication and duplication here, this will get preference, okay, when compared to this one. So what is the priority direction here? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That is in anti-clockwise direction. That means yes, but S becomes R here, students, okay. S becomes R because of this one. Next, directly don't go to assign configuration for this middle chiral center, okay. Because what is the reason? Let's see here. I will tell. First observe, assign this one's configuration. See students, it's a meso compound because of it is having plane of symmetry, so that you can directly write its configuration is S configuration. Why? Because meso compounds are having opposite configurations. The chiral centers are having opposite configurations. So if you want to just try it once. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It is in a clockwise direction, but hydrogen is an vertical horizontal line, so that R becomes S, okay. See, now you can go to assign configuration for this middle chiral center. Once observe here, students, this middle chiral center is nothing but pseudo asymmetric center. Pseudo asymmetric center. This one is the pseudo asymmetric center. Remember it. This pseudo asymmetric center represented with small r or small s, not with capital R and capital S, okay. Coming to assign the configuration to this one. This OH gets first preference. Then I think you may have doubt here. The upper part of this carbon, I mean this pseudo-asymmetric center having same CH-OH, COOH groups connectivity, and the lower part of this pseudo-asymmetric center also having CH-OH, COOH connectivity. So that which one gets a second preference here? To that one you have to give preference R. See, R gets more preference than S. The upper carbon or upper chiral center having S R configuration and the lower chiral center having S configuration. So that the center which is having R configuration, that will get first preference among these two. So that this is the second one. This carbon is the second one. And this carbon is the third one. Hydrogen gets fourth one. See. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Anti-clockwise direction. That means S. Which S here? Small s. Because it is a pseudo-asymmetric center. The small s will becomes small r. Why? Because least one is on a horizontal plane. So that what are the configurations for all these chiral centers present in trihydroxyglutaric acid, students? See, 2R, 3 small s, 4 capital S. This is the configuration for all these chiral centers in a trihydroxyglutaric acid. Just try yourself. I want to give one more example about this pseudo-asymmetric center. COOH, this one, COOH. Is it visible? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hydrogen OH, students. Here also hydrogen OH, hydrogen OH, hydrogen OH, hydrogen OH. See, this is the heptaric acid. Heptaric acid. Just try to assign configuration for all these chiral centers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chiral centers are there in heptaric acid. You should need to assign configuration for all these 5 chiral centers. Now coming to next example, students. See, next example, students. Is it visible? Yes. This is hydrogen and this is methyl. This is also hydrogen. This is hydrogen and this is methyl. This one also hydrogen. Here one double bond, there also one double bond. Hydrogen OH. Now assign priority order for this chiral center. This one is the chiral center, students. Here it is one first priority. Actually you may have a doubt here. Atoms are similar for upper part of this chiral center and lower part of chiral center. Here 2 hydrogens and 1 methyl, there also 2 hydrogens, 1 methyl, 1 double bond there and 1 double bond here. But what is the variation here? Arrangement of atoms will be the vary here. There is no any other change. Only in bottom part atoms are arranged in a trans position. Upper part atoms are arranged in a cis position. Okay. Now you can see this one gets a second preference because it is the trans one. Trans gets more preference than cis, students. Trans, starting we already discussed this one. This is the third one and this is the fourth one. Now what is the priority direction? This is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that it is in a clockwise direction, but that one becomes a yes. Yes is the right configuration for this chiral center. You can try to solve this one, students. see, this is the methyl, this is the double bond, this is double bond O, double bond, this is methyl. What is the configuration for this one? And one more thing, see, same molecule with little change. The bottom group attaches with dotted wedge. Okay. Now you can try to assign configurations for these chiral centers. See, this is the chiral center and here it is the chiral center. See, here OH is attaches with thick wedge and here also OH attaches with a thick wedge, and OH, here OH. Now try to assign configurations for this one. See, this with respect to this chiral center, this carbon gets first preference, next second preference, this is the third preference. Students, in this case you have to imagine, is there any, I mean here the fourth group is not visible here, that means that is there only with dotted lines back of the plane. See, priority direction is in clockwise direction, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, here it is like this, clockwise direction. So it is R configuration, there is no need to change the configuration here because the preferred group is attaches with this chiral center with a thick wedge. Here see, same, 1, 2, 3 students. Here it is also R configuration by seeing this priority direction, but that R will becomes yes here. Why? Because see, here also you have to imagine, here he didn't show a hydrogen is there, but that hydrogen is attaches with that chiral center with a thick wedge, that means front of the observer. The preferred group is back to the observer, so that configuration should be reverse. By seeing these two configurations, what you have to conclude here, students, the first one having R configuration and the second one having S configuration, that means these two isomers are enantiomers. Enantiomers. Coming to this one, students, see, 1, 2, 3. Priority direction is in clockwise direction, so it's R. No need to change here also. Here 1, 2, 3. Here also priority direction is in R, so that configuration is R. Next, see, here 1, 2, 3. This one also priority direction is in clockwise, but R reverse to S because OH is attaches with a dotted wedge. Okay, next this one 1, 2, 3. It is in clockwise. There is no need to reverse the configuration because hydrogen is in OH is in right position, students. Now you can try to observe one thing here. The configurations in first isomer 2R, 3R, students. In second isomer 2R, 2S, not R, 2S, 3R, students. By observing these isomers, what you have an idea about this, these two isomers? These two isomers are enantiomers, or homomers, or diastereomers. Just try to tell yourself. See, diastereomers are having configuration similar for some centers and opposite for some centers. That is applicable here. See, once 2R, 2S. These two are the opposite configuration. See, R configuration, this is the S configuration. Okay, and 3R configuration is similar for these two centers and opposite for those two centers, so that these two isomers are the diastereomers. Okay, these two isomers are the enantiomers. Students, if any lone pair is there, at that time what happens? Once see here, this is the nitrogen, students. It is attaches with by dotted lines or dotted wedge ethyl group CH2 CH3. This is the ethyl group, students. This is the dotted wedge. Don't be confused here. This is the dotted wedge. Okay, and it is attaches with methyl by thick wedge. This is the thick wedge and this is the methyl, and hydrogen also attaches with thick wedge here. This is hydrogen. Okay, coming to here, you already know nitrogen having lone pairs. These two lone pairs are present, attaches to this nitrogen with dotted wedge. Now, how can you assign configuration for this one? This ethyl gets first preference, methyl second. Which one gets third preference, hydrogen or lone pair? Hydrogen gets third preference here, and lone pair gets fourth preference, students. Now you can see the direction. It is in which direction? 1, 2, 3. It is in a anti-clockwise direction. That means yes configuration. Anti-clockwise direction. So is it correct one or wrong? Just check it once. If hydrogen along with lone pair is there, hydrogen will be safe. That means the configuration also remains the same. At this time, hydrogen thinking like this, I'm the most preferable one here, because the least one is least preference going to the lone pair of electrons only, but I'm not here. I'm the most important one here. Maybe hydrogen think like that at this type of situations. See, so that there is no need to change configuration here, even though hydrogen is attaches with a thick wedge, because the lone pair is the least preferable one, that is attaches with a thick wedge to the dotted wedge to the central chiral center, so that it's a S configuration. Reverse 1, 2, 3. It's a S configuration. You have to memorize one thing here. Hydrogen gets more preference if lone pair is there. Is it clear? At this type of situation, if hydrogen attaches with dotted line, dotted wedge or dotted lines, lone pair attaches with thick wedge, at that time you should need to reverse the configuration. Otherwise, there is no need to change the configuration here. This is about RS configuration, students. I hope you are all understand about this session. If you have any doubt, please post in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share these videos to other students. Thanks for watching. We will meet in the next class. Bye, students.